Hello, this is T Mentor Food. How's everyone doing today? Great, fantastic. If you all have been following my plates and my food and been enjoying my plates, you all know that I am on a healing journey and I am healing from narcissistic abuse. So today's video is about do not judge the narcissist. Do not judge the narcissist for what has happened to us or what has happened in our life or the manipulation that we were under. Because remember, in this world, that hurt people hurt other people. So, whatever the narcissist has gone through, or whatever the narcissist's childhood was like, that's what they portrayed to us. That's what they reflected onto us. So, based on that, they too were hurt. They were hurt from their childhood. They didn't feel accepted from their childhood. They didn't feel like they were enough. They didn't feel like they added up to whatever they needed to add up to in that parent's life or in any authority figure's life. And so, once we look at it from that, point of view, from not, from the narcissist had a horrible childhood too, and they too were hurt and they didn't feel good enough. And that's what the narcissist has put on us. They put on us to feel not good enough about ourselves, for us to beat ourselves up in making ourselves feel bad. They put on us the negative plates that they put on us. They put on us whatever they got from their childhood. And as you all know, I am a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ, and God is so good in the sense that He has grace for all people. All people that are unhealthy. Jesus says in His word that He came for the sick. The healthy or the well people, they didn't need help like the people that are sick, the people that are unhealthy. So the narcissist is very unhealthy because they pushed off their unhealthy food onto us. And based on that, we cannot judge the narcissist. And God says in His word, I'm going to read a scripture in regards to judging. And the one thing about judging the narcissist, what God talks about in His word, is that we have to remove the beam from our eyes first before we can start pointing fingers at the narcissist or anyone that hurt us. I know what we've gone through wasn't easy. It was very hard. It was hard not feeling accepted. It was hard not loving yourself. It was hard being negative towards yourself. And it was hard, those relationships that we kept finding ourselves in, the different job relationships, personal or business relationships, or different circumstances that just kept repeatedly happening in our life wasn't easy for us. And I know it wasn't easy. And some of you may still be dealing with a narcissist, and I know it's not easy. But the thing about judging and pointing the finger outwards is that we never get to the core problem as to why we keep finding ourselves in situations that are not effectively working for us, but effectively working against us. So therefore, we have to take that finger and start pointing it at ourselves. So Jesus says in His word, and this is Matthew verse 7, 1, it says, "Judge not, be judged, for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye meet it, ye shall be measured to you again." So however we keep pointing the finger outward at people and judging people and judging people, so this the same thing that will happen to us. It's like, well, whatever judgment we're giving to that narcissist, it's just going to come back on us, and we're going to still just be in that sickness pot or that sickness unhealthy mode of being. It takes a strong person to have come up out of the narcissist hole or the narcissist trap. We've come up out of it, and the reason why we came up out of it is because we realized that it's something that we can do too in order to change our situation. A lot of you have come to that realization that it was something that you can do in order to change your situation. So that's the same thing with judging the narcissist. Don't judge outwardly. It was something that was in us that we didn't feel too good about ourselves too. So we allowed the narcissist to dump a lot of negative things on us, and we allowed a lot of narcissists or clan narcissists to drop a lot of things on us simply because we already felt really horribly bad about ourselves. We didn't feel good about ourselves. So based on that, it comes back to us, right? It comes back to you and me judging ourselves and not judging ourselves, but pointing the finger inward and finding out what we need to fix and what we need to change in order to be a better person, in order to feel good about ourselves, in order to smile again, and in order to. So we cannot judge, go pointing the finger outward, right? We have to point it at ourselves. And then he says, and why, and this is the 3, chapter 7, verse 3, and why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but not slidest, but not the cord, the beam that's in, let me see, excuse me, but he says, but consider not the beam that's in thine own eye. So what he's saying is, you're looking at your brother and you're judging him, but you're not looking at yourself. You're not removing that mote from your eye to see what is going on with you. So Jesus is basically saying, if we're judging, we obviously feel that the person we're judging, maybe there's a little bit of us in that person, or maybe there is something wrong with us, and that's why we have this yearning or this yearning or this sourness coming out of us in regards to other people. They just like people that gossip about people all the time. They're not happy with themselves. There's something inside of them that they don't like about themselves. So in order to keep the attention off of them, in order for people to be looking at them and laughing at them, they put it outwardly. They go, well, you see so and so over there? Yeah, you see that person, this, look at it, look how they dress, the nerve, look at them, look at that. They are never taking it to themselves. They're never believing that something is wrong with them. So that's the same thing with judging people. We're judging people is because there's something inside of us that we don't like. But instead of us removing the beam from our, we push the fingers outward, and we look at the mote that's in our brother's eye. But when we start looking at ourselves, when we start judging ourselves and not judging the narcissist, and when we start really seriously seeing, why was I attracted, or why did the narcissist pick me? Because they saw the low self-esteem and love that you had in yourself. They saw all these things, and so they chose you because you fit the mold of how they were feeling about themselves. Again, everything starts with us. It does not start on the outside of us. It starts on the inside of us. So whatever our magnet on the inside of us felt, it's what it attracted on the outside. So based on that, we cannot judge the narcissist. We must judge, or we must look at ourselves again. The last video I talked about getting a sheet of paper or possibly going on the computer. How do you feel? Really, how do you feel about yourself? And don't lie to yourself. Tell yourself the truth as to how you feel about yourself, because you do not have to lie. This is the time for you to tell the truth. This is the time for you to see your life for what it really is. And the only way you're going to get to the core of seeing your true self is by being truthfully with yourself, being truthful with yourself. So therefore, you got to go inside. Don't judge the narcissist. This journey is about you. It's about talking about what you've gone through and moving past that and into healing in those areas where you really need to heal and you need to become whole again. It's about learning you, and it's about learning what you've been in, but it's not about staying stuck in what you've been in. So it's about taking the finger and pointing it at yourself. We have to go inwardly into ourselves, into those hard places, into the places that are painful to go into. If you've been raped or whatever you've you've gone through your childhood, if you were called names in your childhood by your parents, by authority figures, if you were rejected. I know my grandmother, when she my mother's mother, which is my grandmother, she only liked the dark skinned kids in the family. She didn't like the light skinned kids. So, and she made that pretty, obvious. She didn't deal with the light skin when she dealt with the dark skin. So, that on people, on the lighter skinned kids, that had a, like a negative tone towards it. It didn't feel so good. So whatever has happened in your childhood, whatever it was that was painful for you, write that stuff down, to the littlest things that maybe was said to you while you were at school or wherever, at church, wherever you were at, or in your home, in your grandmother's home, your grandfather's, auntie's home, your uncle's, whatever was said to you, write that stuff down and get it out of you. Because right now, this journey is about making a better you, and it's about loving on you. So once we start loving on ourselves, we can have more compassion for the narcissist versus hating that person. We can have compassion in regards to, we could see that they too were hurt in their childhood. They too were rejected. They too didn't feel good about themselves, and therefore they targeted other people that they figured that they can put all their garbage onto and make them feel horrible as well. So when we start cleaning our own self out, then we can have compassion for those people who have hurt us. We can look at them with different eyes, and we can start praying for them, and we can start blessing that God set them free like he's setting us free, because he's setting us free from all what has held us up, has kept us in chains. He's setting us free. So once we are set free, we can have compassion for those that are still in those chains of lies and bondages and in the dark places. Then we can start praying for them. So let's pray for the narcissist. Let ourselves out. This journey is about you, and it's about me, and we can do it. So based on it being about you and me, we have to keep the focus on you and me, and we cannot put the focus on the outside. So do not judge the narcissist. Bless them, have compassion for them, and pray for them. I hope this video has helped someone. I really, really do. You are doing a great job. Continue healing. You are worth it. Pat yourself on the back, right? Get rid of the negative plates that are inside of you, because you have positive plates that are ready to take your life to a better buffet table of really enjoying. And you are worth it. You are a winner. You are number one, and you can do it. This is if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, and stay on your healing journey, and don't beat yourself up. Bless yourself. This is your life. It's time for you to live, okay? Like this video, like, subscribe, share, and please leave your emotional food story. I would love to hear what you have to say. And remember, get rid of that poison. Get it out. Get rid of the negative, toxic food. It is not serving you. It didn't serve you in the past, and it certainly isn't serving you now, okay? Thank you all. This is T Mentor Food. God bless you all, and be